Welcome to Big Card, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how PSA became #1 and how they're so popular. It's definitely not what I agree with, and I'm going to show you exactly why. All right, so this is a Beckett BGS. It's a half-point scale. Let's go through this. 10, 9.5, 9, 9.5. You add them all up, divide by 4, you get 9.5. Again, here we go. 9.5, 9, 9, 9.5. If you add them up, divide by 4, you get a 9. Here we go. You have 9.5 across the board. Obviously, this Pete Rose auto is going to be 9.5. So real quick, before we get into the nitty gritty of this, shout out to Dr. Strange, who pointed out a very important video. Sports Cards Collectibles. I'm going to put a link in the description. If I chopped up the name of the channel, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it was Sports Cards Collectibles. Link in the description. He breaks it down. It's actually another YouTuber's video who submitted over 300 cards to PSA, and the way he breaks down that video of that other YouTuber about all these issues of PSA is absolutely phenomenal. I completely agree with it. Go check it out. Excellent channel. That is I'm going to try to make a habit of every week mentioning my favorite video from another YouTuber. And this week it's going to be that one. Thank you, Dr. Strange, for pointing that video out to me. And so going right into it, and Fast Eddie P, also him and I, we're talking briefly about it, and that's what really gave me the motivation behind making this video. This is information that I put together that I was actually talking to Dr. Strange with a few days ago or so. So I decided to put this together. This is research that I did. Okay, PSA is a whole point system. Now, HGA, BGS, SGC, half point system, meaning it goes 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5. They count by halves, half points. PSA is 8, 9, 10, only a whole point. Centering, and this is the same exact numbers on the same exact card. Let's just say 10, 10. Edges, 9.5, 9.5. Corners, 9.5, 9.5. Surfaces, 9.5, 9.5. By the way, little pro tip. I don't know how pro it is, but in my research, I found that surface scratches on the back of the card do not deduct as much as surface scratches on the front of the card. All right, so exactly, the numbers are all the same. They add up to 9.65. If you add these up and divide by 4, your score is going to be 9.625. But again, we're only doing whole numbers and then half numbers. So you have to average that out. I'm sorry, round off, should I say. So you round off. So 9.6 rounded off to the nearest 1, because that's the PSA scale, is a 10. So your grade score is going to be a 10. Over here, the grade score is going to be 9.5, because it came out to 9.625. When you round by half a point, it rounds down to 9.5. So a half point scale is a true, more accurate scale. Absolutely. A 10 here, it's going to be harder to get. To get a 10 with a half point system, you need to get a 9.76 to get a 10. A 9.75, which falls exactly in between the 9.5 and a 10, will get you a 9.5. If you don't believe me, go to eBay. All this information, you can go to eBay, find graded cards, buy BGS, let's just say, and find and do the math. Do the math, and the numbers don't lie. Over and over. Now, if you want to come at me all the what right as a PSA, you want to flame me and say, oh no, that's a better grading company, I trust those graders. Oh really? So then why are people taking their 9s and cracking them and resubmitting to PSA all over again? Because they like to just spend money? Or is it because they know that oftentimes they'll get their 10 and the multiplier is a 3.5 on the value of that card? Is that why? Or is it because they just love to just keep submitting and get 9s over and over? Obviously, people don't like to waste money. People like to make money, and a way to make money is to crack their 9 PSAs and resubmit for their 10s. They do it enough, it's worth, you're not going to get 10s every time, but it'll happen enough that 3.5 multiplier in the card value will make up for the ones that come back again at a 9. So come on, don't come at me with, oh, PSA graders are top notch, because that's the case. That wouldn't be the case. Oh, now, okay, PSA has the AI. Yeah, okay, AI to put a fingerprint type thing on each card. Absolutely, I think that's a good thing. Absolutely, but regardless, they're still rocking with the whole point system. It's still going to be easier for their 10s. And then why also is it that they are known to be controlling their pop counts of their 10s? Why is that? Why is it that big, I don't want to mention any names, but if you watch any big YouTubers that are in the industry, they all speak about it openly, about the control of the pop count of their 10s. Oh yeah, this, I don't want to mention names, but you know who we're talking about. If you're in the in and you're watching all this content, you know that people are, it's known. They don't like they watch their pop count, because at first everybody was submitting, right? I mean, it's easier to get a 10 with them. People were submitting to get their 10s. Now their 10s were flooding the market. Then they were like, oh man, we need to control that pop count. Okay, this is a 10, but let's give it a 9, because we got too many 10s. If a 10 if the card is a 10, it's a 10. I don't care if there's one in existence or if there's a 2 million in existence. If it's a 10, it's a 10. I don't care. What does the pop count have to do with the price of rice when you're grading a card? That should not even be a factor. So why in the world are they looking at pop counts when they're grading their cards? It really shouldn't matter. That should egg everybody just as much as it bothers me. Absolutely. So a half point system is a true 10, is a true 9.5. You've got to get closer to 10 on a half point system. Like I said, a 9.76 is what you got to get this 10 on BGS, SGC, and HGA. So with all that being said, I know everybody likes PSA because they can get their 10. It became popular because people are making money with grading cards. They were like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and submit because I can get a 10. It'll be worth more money. And then all of a sudden, people coming into the market were like, oh man, I got to get PSA because of that 10. Because of that 10, I'm getting that 10. Let me know what you think, if you agree or you don't agree with that right there. I prefer HGA because I like the whole AI aspect of it, because now you don't have to worry about somebody having a bad day, a grader, and then giving you a bad score. You know, the computer element, I trust a computer more than I do a human. You let me know what you think.